Hey everyone, welcome to the Breakthrough Entrepreneurs, where we empower both new and experienced entrepreneurs, high performance business owners to overcome the challenge of work life balance, burnout, break bad, old, unhealthy, negative habits, behaviors, build new habits, create new rituals, new routines. I'm your host, Muhammad Faraj, and today I'll be talking about building new money habits and breaking old ones. It's very important that we care about our finances because as entrepreneurs, our core value, our foundation, the basics of our business is our finances, is our money. Because without money, without finances, it's very hard to grow our business. It's very hard to build and scale in our businesses because money is our main asset for in order to run that business and scale and grow so we can achieve financial free life. So many entrepreneurs they have bad habits with money because if you don't have good new habits about money, odds are you're not building a financial free life. You're not building a bright future for yourself, for your family. You're not aiming for succeeding in your business, in your industry, in your field. You're going to stay and stuck in your business for the long term because if you don't have finances, if you're not investing, if you're not supporting, fueling your businesses, odds are you will remain stuck in your businesses and it's going to be very challenge for you to grow, to scale, to achieve more success in your businesses because we need support, we need income, we need our money asset to grow our businesses, to achieve our goals, our financial entrepreneurial goals. So, unfortunately, so many entrepreneurs they have bad habits of overspending. They overspend money on unnecessary things in life because this is one of the reasons why so many entrepreneurs they go bankrupt or they unfortunately lose their wealth. They achieve success, they work very hard, they stay up night, they put so much effort, so much time to build their businesses, to grow their businesses, and when they become successful, they go spend their money in many different bad ways due to their old bad habits, due to their old version, because so many entrepreneurs they fall into this trap where they're trying to show off to others. They're trying to impress others. I mean, I've heard many stories from other entrepreneurs where many entrepreneurs they had their bad habits, they made so much money, they took so much risks, they invested, they grow their business, they achieve success in their business, but unfortunately ultimately they ended up being broke, they ended up losing their finances and their bank accounts were drowning instead of growing. So many entrepreneurs they get bankrupt, they lose all the money that they have made, and unfortunately they would need to start over. They would have a very hard time to get back on track, to work on their businesses again, to grow their businesses, because they have lost it all. They have overspent all their money on luxuries, on impressing others, on trying to show cool, trying to be cool in front of others. They didn't care about their future. They didn't care about their families. They didn't realize that things can change in the future and economy can crash, it can go down. You never know what can happen. No one can predict in economy life. No one can predict how our economy is going to be this year, next year, after next year, due to all those situations, all these circumstances that's happening in the globe, where we have so many politic problems and wars, and so many countries they have political problems. So many entrepreneurs they take very bad risks by overspending on unnecessary activities, places, things that they think that they're enjoying their life, that they think that it's bringing them happiness to their life, it's making them feel happy, healthier, and successful or fulfilled in their life. But the sad story that spending or overspending your money, your finances that you worked so hard to achieve on pleasure, on pleasurable places or things, this will impact your entrepreneurial life. It will impact your family's life, your family's financial life. So instead of feeling successful, instead of feeling proud of yourself, of your family, if you get crushed by economical problem, by losing your money, is not going to be very nice for your health, for your self, for your psychology, for your well-being. Because so many entrepreneurs they end up in psychological problems, they become very miserable, they lose all their happiness, all their progress when they get bankrupt or when they lose all their wealth due to their old bad habits. So many entrepreneurs I've seen personally that sometimes they make wins, they achieve success, they earn so much money in their businesses, but then they close a contract, or they close a sales call, or they don't continue with the business, or they don't accept a relationship with another company, with another fellow entrepreneur, because they just want to go out for vacations, because they just want to have fun, they would just want to impress others by buying expensive luxuries. They don't invest on their future. Instead they go overspend their finances, the money that they earned from their businesses, the money that took so much time, so much effort, so much energy, so much risk to earn it. They go spend their money on vacations, on long vacations. Me personally, I've never been in long vacation than 1 week. So I don't like taking long vacations. And if I want to enjoy life, I can enjoy my life too. I can be happy, I can be healthy, I can be successful, even if I'm not traveling the world, even if I'm not taking long vacations. I'm still so happy, I'm still so feeling fulfilled in my life. Just because I don't take long vacations, just because I don't drive the best car in the world, it doesn't mean that I'm not a happy person. It doesn't mean I'm not successful in my own entrepreneurial life. So things like that, they dilute us. They make us feel like if we don't do them, if we don't take that long vacation, if we don't drive that luxury car, that means we're not happy in our life. That means we're not successful. That means we're not enjoying life. I know so many poor people, or so many low-level entrepreneurs, they are very happy, they are very healthy, they feel very fulfilled and grateful for their families, for their businesses, for their income, for their life, even though they are not the richest ones, even though they don't have the most luxury car or boat or jet plane or long vacations. So so many entrepreneurs, they overspend their money on long vacations, luxury hotels, big meals, or they spend so much money on unhealthy fast food deliveries. They feel lazy. They have bad habits of being lazy, of not cooking or buying grocery or cooking a healthy meal and enjoying that healthy meal with their family, with their children. Instead, they overspend on deliveries and they end up not moving their body. They end up in sitting still whole day because they can't go to a restaurant or they can't buy grocery or they can't move their body, and they just want to order delivery so they can sit spend most of their time on TV or Netflix or watching various shows or news, which this has so much impact for their health. It has so much impact for their relationships, for their future, because so many entrepreneurs, they didn't take care of their body. They didn't improve their healthy life. They kept working so much work, time, overworking, getting burnout, exhausting themselves, spending their life sitting still instead of moving their body, instead of doing mindful exercises, instead of up leveling their healthy life, their productive life, their entrepreneurial life. So they spend their life not caring, ignoring their health, ignoring their happiness, ignoring their well being. So they end up in so many healthy problems in the future. I know some entrepreneurs, they got cancer, they got diabetes, they got so many problems, healthy problems, even though they achieved success in their entrepreneurial life, even though they become very successful in their businesses. But now, unfortunately, they still struggle and they are suffering from many healthy problems because they didn't work on their health, they didn't work on their habits, on their routines, they didn't care, they ignored their routines, they ignored their habits, they ignored their health. They only cared about their businesses, they only cared about making money, they only cared about how I'm going to complete those tasks in my to-do list. They ignore their relationships, they ignore their families, they ignore their friends, they ignored their health, they ignored their well-being, but they ended up in many healthy problems in the future. So it may not show up now in the present, but in 5 years, in 10 years, when you get older, when you get to 40s or 50s or 60s, many healthy problems will show up in your life because you've been ignoring your life, because you didn't care about your life. So many entrepreneurs make the mistake of overspending money on unhealthy, chunky delivery meals, foods, or sugary drinks, or unhealthy, sugary, negative products like candies or energy drinks or many other stuffs or cakes or desserts or sweetness. Many entrepreneurs, they spend so much money on alcohol drinks like whiskey or beers or many other drinks, which is, I don't drink. I'm not someone who likes this stuff. I've never drank in my life, but unfortunately, so many entrepreneurs, they overspend so much money. I've seen in my eyes when I used to go to a hockey arena to watch a game. So I used to see so many entrepreneurs. They go all the time in those restaurants. They are not, most of their time, they are not even watching the hockey game. They are not enjoying that sport event. They are not enjoying the actions. They are not enjoying sitting with their families, enjoying their relationships and watching the game. Most of the time at the hockey arena, I notice those business owners or those entrepreneurs, they were just going inside those bars, those restaurants. They're just eating, overeating, and over drinking. And they look like crazy. They talk like crazy. They're trying to showing off to people, to the audience. They're trying to be cool. They joke with whoever, with random people, and they're just going inside all the time. They just buy drinks, drink, and then go out and look like crazy. So I've seen those entrepreneurs, I've seen those people, and they looked so unhealthy for me. And they looked like they're overspending on drinks, so much money, whereas instead, good, healthy, successful, positive entrepreneurs, instead of they waste their money, they waste their time, their energy on unnecessary things, what they do is they protect their energy, they protect their finances, their money. Instead, they learn to invest their finances, their money on various industries, on stocks or different businesses or on companies. They invest their money on their own businesses. They invest their money on buying assets so they can bring them more money, more finances to their life. The successful entrepreneurs, they have good, positive, healthy habits where they save their money. They make sure that they are tracking their finances, their money. They know where their money is going, where it's spending. They don't spend money on unnecessary things. I can give you an example of Warren Buffett. One of the interviewers asked Warren Buffett, why you're wearing the same clothes every time I meet you? Why do you wear the same outfit every time I meet you? So Warren Buffett replied to that interviewer, even though he's billionaire, he's the most investor in the world. He's the biggest investor in the world, but he replied to him, he told him, I don't waste my money on unnecessary things. I don't need any new outfit. I don't need so many clothes. So successful entrepreneurs, iconic entrepreneurs, serial entrepreneurs or business owners, they know how to manage their money. They know where to spend their money. They know how to invest. They know how to grow their businesses. They understand that investing money on their health, on their own health, investing money on their businesses, on their families, for example, investing money on their kids' educational future, on their colleges, on their universities, on their courses, investing money on their family's health is the most important thing in their life because it brings them happy. They feel successful, they feel proud of their families when they are spending or investing their money, their finances on their families, because their families are the most important thing in the world. So why would I go waste my money on things that doesn't make me happy, that doesn't contribute to my success, that doesn't grow my businesses, that doesn't bring me happiness or healthy life? So I used to be someone who just used to, every time I earned money, I would go visit Amazon website and I would order various clothes and devices. But after a while, it used to take me like 1-2 weeks to get the delivery from United States to Sweden. So I would get my delivery, I would open the package, I would pick up the item, wear it or use it, and I would feel so happy for 1 day, 2 day, 3 days. But then I realized that, or I noticed that this happiness is starting to fade away. After 2-3 days, I'm not feeling so happy anymore. I'm not really enjoying that clothes or that item. I'm not feeling so successful or fulfilled. I was asking myself, did this item made me a better person? Did it change my life? Did it make me a healthy person? Do I feel any change in my life just because I ordered this item? So I realized that I'm emptying my account. I'm spending so much money on those items on Amazon instead of spending money or sending money to my family to make them happy, to make them proud of myself. So I made a mistake before, but then I had to work on this habit. So I had to replace this habit with many other stuffs. So instead of overspending on clothes, on devices, on unnecessary meals or foods or delivery, I would send money to my family. I would reinvest my money on my business. I would invest my money on courses so I can learn new skills, for example, like programming or software development, because I'm building asset, and when I build asset, my asset will bring me more money, more finances. So I had to replace this habit. I had to remove so many websites from my devices because those websites, they were bad habits. They were visual cues. Every website was a visual cue, and we all know in habits that when you have a visual cue, you are always going back or defaulting to that habit, to that visual cue. So you need to make it invisible. Block all those sites, all those websites online that are stealing your goals, your dreams, your family's future. They're robbing, stealing your finances. And do not go back to your habit where you are constantly calling, like many restaurants or stores, to ask them for deliveries, or going out for eating in restaurants. You don't need all that. You, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, every penny, every dollar is important for you and your family's future, because your family's future, your family's happiness, your family's success, your family's health life depends on your entrepreneurial life. It depends on your finances. So you need to start breaking old bad habits of spending, of buying things that are not contributing to your success, to your growth, to your happiness, to your healthy life, to your family's healthy life, and instead replace them with good habits of saving, of managing your finances, of reinvesting, or at least if you have a birthday or if any of your family members have a birthday, the best thing you can do, you can donate like a small amount of money to like human organizations or Red Cross or cancer. So many kids, so many people have cancer nowadays. So donating your finances, like a small amount of your money on human organization or cancer or various places or charities, can save someone's life, can improve someone's life, can make other people's life better. So you are serving people, you are building good positive habits, you are becoming happy person, you are earning those joyful feelings, you are being proud of yourself, of your family, and God doesn't forget your donation. God will bring you so much success, so much happiness to your life. Instead of wasting your money, instead of overspending, instead of repeating your old bad habits. So that's it. That's what I got for you in this episode. I hope you enjoyed listening or watching to this content, and I am doing my best to publish a new episode, a new content, a new reels on social media, on this podcast, to make your health, your entrepreneurial life better, so you can break through in your entrepreneurial life. Don't forget to leave a review and follow me on iTunes and Spotify, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Breakthrough Entrepreneurs. And I have put a free guide for you to reclaim your life, to build new habits, to break your old bad habits. Make sure that you visit the description area below this episode so you can download your free guide and start your journey of transformation in your entrepreneurial life. Thank you so much for listening or watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye, everyone. That wasn't bad.